Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting game of boys high school varsity baseball here on CPHS 6. I'm Carl Staffhorst. Tonight's matchup, your Port Huron Northern Huskies take on the visiting Creuse Lancers. Unfortunately, we joined this one in progress in the bottom of the first inning, with the Lancers already at a 4-0 lead. And now underway are the Huskies in this bottom half of the inning. Up now we have number 26, Alex Johns-Moore. Leading it off, shows bunt there. Taken outside. Excuse me, for a strike. 0-2 the count now. On the mound for the Lancers, number 14, Jake Vaughter. And he leaned in now with the pitch. This one popped up in the infield. Pitcher calls off the catcher, and Vaughter will make the first out. So one down here in the bottom of the first inning. Again, joining this one in progress. Lancers already off to a 4-0 lead over the Huskies.
Now batting for the Huskies, center fielder number 11, Tyler Smith.
Now up for the Huskies, number 11, Tyler Smith. Trying to get something going here early. And Vaughter looks in the pitch. Taken for strike one. Great day for baseball here at Port Huron Northern High School. Quickly again, shows down bunt. Foul tip there on the bunt attempt, so 0-2 now the count. Vaughter again ahead in the count, 0-2. This ball hit hard though into center field, backing up. Coming in center field, loses his hat, but makes the play. 2 down here for the Huskies in the bottom of the first. Now coming up for the Huskies, number 4, Nate Manis.
Nate Manis.
And the pitch from Vaughter. Taken outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch taken for strike 1. See Vaughter coming out throwing strikes here early in this game for the Lancers. Already with a 4-0 lead. This ball hit hard though down the left field line, and that's ruled foul. So a very loud strike number 2. So Vaughter again with 2 strikes on another Husky hitter. 1-2 the count. Pitch, swinging strike 3, and that does it for the bottom of the first inning. We'll be back with the top of the second in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, now we're back for the top of the second inning of tonight's game between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the visiting Creuse Lancers.
Leading off number 12, Denzel Herring.
Denzel Herring, the center fielder, will lead it off. On the mound for the Huskies, number 4, Nate Manis. First pitch grounded to Manis. Fields it cleanly, play over to first in time, and quickly 1 down here in the top of the second inning. So Huskies could use a quick inning here after a 4-run first. Trying to get back on track. Now up to bat, top of the order, Eric Winiga, catcher for the Lancers.
Now batting catcher, Eric Winiga.
Pitch from Manis. Ground right back to Manis. Again fielded cleanly. Play over to first in time. So 1-2. Go the Huskies. Now second hitter, Tyler Phillips, second baseman, will step in.
Second baseman number 8, Tyler Phillips.
And the pitch from Manis. Taken outside for a ball. Worth mentioning, Nate Manis actually came in to finish the first inning. He did not start the game. Trying to help the Huskies in relief. That taken for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch from Manis. That pitch fouled back. So 2-1 the count. Misses high, 3-1. One hit hard into right field. Drifting foul. Trying to make a play and just foul out by the right field fence. A couple more feet and that would have been gone, but barely foul. That will make the count full. Now 1 strike from going 1-2-3 here in the top of the second inning. That's taken for ball 4. Pitch gets past the catcher. Runner will round first, but will stay put. So the Lancers with a 2-out base runner.
Third baseman number 2, Brandon Krolchek.
And that will bring up third baseman Brandon Krolchek. Manis checks the runner at first. Comes home with it. Taken for strike 1. Lancers with Phillips on first. Pickoff move, not in time. Assumably with a little bit of speed there in the number 2 hole tonight. This would be a time you would think they would contemplate a steal. Pitch home. Taken for a ball. Evens the count up at 1-1. One pitch to Krolchek. Swinging strike 2. Pickoff move to first. Off goes the runner. And a bobbled ball will make the runner take second. So Tyler Phillips will move up into scoring position. See if that ends up being a big deal here for the Lancers. Now a base hit could score a run. Check second pitch to Krolchek, taken for strike 3, and that ends the top of the second inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the second. Just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, now we're back with the bottom of the second inning of tonight's game between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the visiting Creuse Lancers. That pitch taken outside. 4 ball up for the Huskies, number 21, Mitch Hool. 1-0 pitch to Hool. This one popped up along the first base line. First baseman retreats. Looks like he has it, and he does for the out. That's Matt Stales at first base for the Lancers. So quickly 1 down for the Huskies here in the bottom of the second inning. Now stepping up, Trent Beebe.
First baseman Trent Beebe.
First pitch to Beebe hit hard into center field, but looks like right at the center fielder and makes the easy play for out number 2. Definitely a hard hit ball there, but just right at a fielder, so tough luck for the Huskies. Now stepping in, number 2, Adam Rose.
Batting for the Huskies, number 2, shortstop Adam Rose.
A pitch taken for a strike. Taken outside. And the pitch from Vaughter hit hard. Backing up as a shortstop. This might fall in, and it does. Fielded by the left fielder, but the Huskies with a 2-out single here in the bottom of the second inning. Now stepping up to the plate for the Huskies, number 9, Seth Heinbuch. So the Huskies looking for a 2-out rally. Again, down 4-0 after a big first inning for the Lancers.
Seth Heinbuch.
Huskies definitely a threat to steal base here. Pickoff move to first, not in time. See how Vaughter does when he switches to the stretch. This is outside for a ball. 1 out of the count. Again, that's just one of those adjustments you have to make. To get runners on, starting pitchers have switched to the stretch. Try to hold runners close. Sometimes it takes a couple pitches to get used to that adjustment. Checks the man at first. And comes home with it. This one fouled back out of play for strike 1. So 1-1 the count on Heinbuch. Pickoff. And he is back in time on a pitch out by the Lancers. Brings the count to 2-1. Lancers obviously worried about the runner, but did not go off on the pitch out. Still not running there. Foul tip. He brings it even at 2-2. Two count. Wouldn't be surprised if the runner actually does leave here. Checks him again at first. No, again, holding still. Taken outside. Brings the count full. In a full count, he'll definitely be off on the pitch now. Trying to score from first on a base hit. And he is off, gets a good jump. That pitch is fouled back out of play. So we'll do it all over again. 3-2 on Heinbuch. Pitch, again gets a good jump, but swinging strike 3, and that ends the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back with the top of the third in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back with the top of the third inning. Still on the mound for the Huskies. The number 4, Nate Manis. That first pitch taken for a ball 1. Up to bat for the Lancers, David Pizzolo. A DH. That went inside, and that will hit him, so he will take his base. Seems to be all right. And a leadoff base runner for the Lancers. Next up, number 7, Josh Batkins.
Right fielder, Josh Batkins.
So Manis leans in, checks the runner at first. Comes home with it for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Looking for 2. Gets the lead runner, no throw over to first. So Huskies able to get 1 out. On the play, really no time to even try to turn that double play.
Now batting for the Lancers, number 14 pitcher, Jake Vaughter.
Now Jake Vaughter will step in. So Batkins at first. And pitch taken right down the middle for strike 1. Comes home with it outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. On Jake Vaughter. One count, pitch over. First got back in time. Again, one down here in the top of the third inning. Carl Staffors here for CPHS 6. The 1-1 pitch again inside. Another batter hit for Lance Creuse. So Nick Merrick will be next. Out comes the catcher to have a little meeting on the mound, just try to settle down Manis. So runners on first and second.
Now batting number 9, left fielder, Nick Merrick.
So Nick Merrick stepping in, runners on first and second. I believe we have a pinch runner for Lance Creuse. That's Brian Keys Jr. now running at first. That ball hit hard into right field, ranging to his left. The ball gets down. This will score at least 1. Back to the fence, hits the cutoff man, and the runners will stay put at second and third. So that makes this a 5-0 game. There's only 1 down here in the top of the third inning. So now stepping in, first baseman Matt Stales. Calls time at home.
Number 15, first baseman Matt Stales.
So again, runners on second and third. Throw home. Taken for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch swung hard. Now, I don't know if that was a foul tip. Anyway, off the catcher's mask. Swinging strike. Evens the count up at 1-1. Not sure if that actually caught the bat or it's likely the case. Deflection off the bat. Catcher couldn't pick it up. Anyway, the 1-1 pitch shows bunt and unable to get it down brings the count to 1-2. So good sign for the Huskies. Back up the infield a little bit is highly unlikely. We'll see a bunt here. So the 1-2 pitch taken for ball 2. Catcher tried to frame it. Not getting the call. So Manis and the Huskies trying to get out of this inning. Gave up 1 run. Looks like Lance Creuse might try to jump on contact. That ball fouled off along the first base line. So count still 2-2 on Matt Stales. Manis with a pitch. And that brings it to a full count. So a walk would not score the runs, but it would not score a run, but it will load the bases. The good thing about that, puts a force out at any base. But he is swinging and he goes down for strike 2. So nice pitch there, and the strikeout for Nate Manis. Huskies possibly get out of this inning with no more damage done.
Center fielder, number 12, Denzel Herring.
Now Denzel Herring will be up for Lance Creuse right after this, top of the order. So again, a chance for the Huskies to get out of this one with only 1 run on the board. This first pitch swinging fouled back out of play. So the 0-1 pitch. Taken for strike 2. Man is ahead of the hitter 0-2. Now I got a couple pitches to work with. Trying to get him to chase here. Lance Creuse looks to shorten up that swing with 2 strikes. Just put something in play. Hard hit ball to short. And not fielded cleanly. That will score 2 runs. And a single. That makes it 7-0. So Manis got the ground ball, but just unable to field it at short. Will lead to 2 more runs for the Lancers. And again, that's back to the top of the order with Eric Winiga.
Lancers, catcher number 23, Eric Winiga.
With Herring on first. Pickoff move. Not in time. That's 2 moves in a row to first. And almost another one there. Definitely worried about speed here. Haven't seen Manis play that much attention to the runner all night. Shows bunt. Off on the pitch. Steal second. And he is out. So that ends the top of the 3rd inning. Not before the or the Lancers score a few more runs. 7-0 Lancers. We'll be back with the bottom of the 3rd in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Here we are back with the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tonight's game between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the visiting Lance Creuse Lancers. Adam Duseller first up for the Huskies. First pitch taken for strike 1. Jake Vaughter on the mound for the Lancers. That ball hit hard down the left field line. That's going to be foul for strike 2. Good contact there, just a little bit ahead of the pitch. Pulling it into foul territory. So now Vaughter with a couple pitches to work with the 0-2 count. That one bounces in for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch, swinging strike 3. They're going to give him foul tip there. They say he had some contact, so he's going to stay alive in this count. So keeping alive with the 1-2 count. But there's a strikeout there, swinging strike 3, and 1 down for the Huskies. Bottom of the 3rd inning.
Number 42, Chad Patterson.
Chad Patterson will now enter the box for the Huskies. First pitch from Vaughter. Ground ball down the 3rd baseline, foul. And again we see Vaughter consistently ahead of the count against these Husky hitters. Swinging strike 2. Here he is again with another 0-2 count. Again, wastes another pitch. And give him chase outside for ball 1. That ball again. Trying to get a chase on another breaking ball. Evens the count up at 2-2. So 2-2, 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now the count comes full. So maybe trying to finesse him a little bit too much. Patterson works the count full. And let's see what he can do for the Huskies with the payoff pitch. Swinging strike 3, and Patterson goes down for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Now batting for the Huskies, right fielder number 26, Alex Johns-Moore.
So back to the top of the order for the Huskies. Alex Johns-Moore will lead it off. Pitch taken for ball 1. Tyler Smith will wait on deck. Pitch fouled back. Brings the count to 1-1. Swinging strike 2. You really see in Vaugghter's release, hides the ball very well from the hitter. Keeps it in his glove all the way through his windup. Ground ball hit in between shortstop and 3rd for a base hit with 2 outs. So now the Huskies see if they can get something going.
Now batting for the Huskies,
Tyler Smith will step in.
Tyler Smith.
But just hiding that ball in that delivery makes it harder to pitch up, to recognize breaking pitches. Something that's given the Huskies a little bit of trouble here tonight. So Smith, the lefty, up to bat. Ground ball to short. Quick flip to 2nd for the final out. So that does it for the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back with the top of the 4th. Just a moment here on CPHS 6. And we are back for the top of the fourth inning of tonight's game between your Port Huron Northern Huskies and the visiting Creuse Lancers. Again, the Lancers up 7-0 as we enter the fourth inning. Now up to bat, top of the order for the Lancers, Eric Winiga. Still on the mound for the Huskies, number 4, Nate Manis. First pitch, swinging, strike one. That ball popped up. Center fielder calls for it and is there to make the out. That is number 11, Tyler Smith.
Now batting for Creuse, second baseman, number 8, Tyler Phillips.
Now Tyler Phillips will step in. First pitch swinging, hit hard, but out of play. So the 0-1 pitch to Phillips. Taken high for ball one. This is outside, 2-1. This ball hit hard. On back is the left fielder, looks to have a play, and he does. For out number 2. Up next for the Lancers, number 2, Brandon Kolchak.
Third baseman, Brandon Kolchak.
As again, we see a lefty step in the box. First pitch swinging, nice pitch by Manis. And the count is 0-1. Short delay as we're trying to get a baseball back on the mound. So 0-1 on Kolchak. One pop back out of play, 0-2. Huskies trying to go 1-2-3 here. That pitch swinging, strike three. Three-pitch strikeout for Nate Manis. And that does it for the top of the fourth inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the fourth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back for the bottom of the fourth inning. Tonight's game, Nate Manis will leave it off for the Huskies. Huskies need to find some offense, and somewhat soon. Again, down 7-0 in this game. First pitch swinging for Manis on what looked like be a changeup from Vaughter. Vaughter's looked very good on the mound tonight for the Lancers. Giving up very few base hits even. Still scoreless on the board. Count evened up at 1-1 now on Manis. This is high, 2-1. We have the pitcher-on-pitcher matchup here. Manis, too, has pitched pretty well today, coming in the first inning after some damage done, only giving up a couple runs since. Against a very good Creuse Lancers team. So a 3-1 pitch hit hard at second, fielded cleanly, play over to first. And actually, that was a first baseman that fielded it. Pitcher was slow to getting to the bag, so he throw away into the stands and heads up base running. And Manis ends up on second. So, yeah, that was the first baseman that fielded that. And pitcher unable to get over to cover first in time. So now the Huskies start off this inning with a runner in scoring position. And Mitch Hool stepping into the box. Again, moving Vaughter back to the stretch. Time called out at home plate. Hool is one of 2 sophomore on this team for Port Huron Northern. What is a pretty young team, only a couple seniors down this list. A pitch taken for strike 1. Yeah, only 4 seniors on this Northern roster. They'll be a threat next year. They get a little bit older. Pitch from Vaughter. Ground ball to third. Holds the runner at second. Play over to first in time. So 1 down. And Manis with no option there, being held at second.
Number 8, Trent Beebe.
Now Trent Beebe will step in. He has Adam Rose on deck. Huskies need to take advantage of this scoring opportunity. First time they have had a base runner. In this case with first time I've had a base runner in scoring position with no outs. That pitch taken for ball 1. This ball grounded down the third base line, but foul. Feeling about Huskies head coach Bob Kearns on third base path. So Manis at second. Again, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Huskies down 7. Need to start compiling some runs this inning. Want to keep alive in this one. Pitch to Beebe, taken for a strike. Brings it to 1-2. One and two pitch. This one's popped up. We'll see if it stays in play. Pitcher's making a move, calls for it, and makes the underhand catch in foul territory. So now 2 down. And this is tough for the Huskies. Like we said, getting the runner in scoring position with no outs. And then a ground out to third, holding the runner, and then a pop up in foul territory. Now Trent Beebe will step in. Excuse me, that is Adam Rose. Still, base hit should score a run. This pitch misses down for a ball. So the Huskies still not out of this inning yet, but now they definitely need a base hit. Ball hit hard. See if this splits the outfielder. Unable to make the play in right field. One run will score. And standing up into second is Adam Rose. The first RBI for the Huskies in this one. That brings the score to 7-1. Lance Creuse still ahead.
Third baseman number 9, Seth Heinbach.
Chipping away at that lead now with the Huskies. Now Seth Heinbach will step in. He has Adam Duseller on deck. Ground ball foul. So the 0-1 pitch here. Swinging strike 2.
See ya. Bye.
0-2 pitch taken outside for ball 1. A 1 pitch on the way, again misses outside. 2-2. Stepping off the mound. Leaning in again, 2-2 pitch. Taken outside. Count goes from 0-2 to 3-2. So good job by Heinbuch to work the count after falling behind early. This pitch hit hard down the third base line, but foul. So we'll do it again. Again, full count. Rose on second. Should be able to score with a base hit. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that one, he thought he had a walk, but called strike 3, and that will end the bottom of the 4th for the Huskies. We'll be back with the top of the 5th in just a moment here on CPHS 6.
David Pizzolo.
Okay, here we are back with the top of the 5th of tonight's game between your Port Huron Northern Huskies and the visiting Creuse Lancers. Again, Carl Staffhorse here for CPHS 6. The first pitch of the inning taken inside for a ball, still on the mound for the Huskies, Nate Manis. And up to bat for the Lancers, number 21, Dave Pizzolo. Second pitch taken in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. And that one again inside and will hit him. He'll take his base. I believe he was actually hit by a pitch earlier in this one. And I believe that's 3 batters now hit by the Huskies. And we will have a pinch runner at first. So no outs, runner on first for the Lancers. Pitch from Manis, taken for a ball. And this is Josh Batkins up at the plate. Manis off on the pitch. Playoff move to second, and he's caught now in a rundown and tagged out. So 1 out. And we're going to have a little argument here. And I wonder if they're going to try to call a balk here, if he stepped off the rubber. Definitely a discussion on the mound. I think Lance Cruz's case is that he stepped off the rubber for his first motion towards home. So they worry about stopping his delivery. Now out comes Huskies head coach, Bob Kearns. It was not called, so we're going to see what they... Bob Kearns comes out and say he did not step off the rubber. And it looks like they're going to... Lance Creuse is holding their runner on second, but I think what we're hearing from the umpires, he will be called out. Again, we have some heated argument now, and you have to be careful at this level, especially with a 7-1 lead.
I haven't seen this in a long time.
Always a little bit of argument in baseball, but you have to pick your battles here. Again, holding strong with that runner on second, but I believe what we're hearing from the umpires, he will be called out. Lance Creuse wants a balk called, but yeah, they're not going to get it here. There will be a runner out at second. So we will play on here. So again, Josh Batkins still at the plate.
Make the right call then.
Still some arguing from the sidelines for Lance Creuse. Swinging a foul tip there. Brings the count to 1-1. Now taken for strike two, 1-2 the count. One-two pitch, breaking pitch in there. Didn't break it enough. Taken for 2-2. So the 2-2 pitch to Batkins. Taken for strike three looking. So 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Man, this looks like he's settling in on the mound. He held his own against Lance Creuse. Against this Lance Creuse lineup in this past couple innings. Jake Vaughter in now at the plate. Taken for ball one. A 1-0 pitch. That fouled back out of play. 1-1. That pitch breaks for a ball. 2-1. Huskies would love another quick inning here. Definitely been showing up on the mound the last couple innings, and defensively misses 3-1. And that's ball 4, so Vaughter draws a walk. Another 2-out base runner for the Lancers. Now stepping in, Nick Merrick. And now we see even still a little talk towards the Lance Creuse sideline from the coach to watch for the balk. Check his pickoff moves, and he's staring right at it. And that's a legal pickoff move there, so. So Merrick at the plate, swinging strike one. Pickoff move to first. Close, but not in time. One comes home with it off as a base runner. Line shot towards first, though, and caught for the out. So that will do it for the top of the fifth inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, now we're back with the bottom of the fifth inning. Leading off for the Huskies, Adam Dessler. Adam Dussler. First pitch to Dussler. Taken for ball one. That pitch grounded towards third, fielded cleanly. Over to first in time for out number one. Now stepping up to the plate, number 42, Chad Patterson.
Now batting for the Huskies, number 42, catcher Chad Patterson.
And again, still going strong on the mound for the Lancers, Jake Vaughter. It looks like we might have a pitching change here. Out comes head coach Bob Walmsley. So short stoppage in play. Looks like we will have a pitching change. So while we got a short stoppage in, or no, he will stay on the mound. So just a brief visit on the mound. So he will stay on to pitch in this one. Again against Chad Patterson. Taken for strike one. Can't really see a reason why Vaughter would be pulled. Pitched well tonight. Doesn't seem like his pitch count would be too high. But all coaches have their plans of how they handle their rotation. That pitch taken for a ball. 1-1 the count. So after Patterson, go back to the top of the order for the Huskies with Alex Johns Moore. That pitch down, taken for a ball. That's 3-1 the count. Three-one pitch taken inside for ball four. So Patterson works a walk. And the Huskies with a one-out base runner.
Now batting for the Huskies, number 17, Zach Zerer.
And looks like we'll have a little bit of a change in the lineup. Zach Zurer will step in to bat for the Huskies. Zurer, one of the seniors on this Husky team. We said earlier, there's only 4 of them. First pitch taken outside for ball 1. That one taken for strike 1. 1-1 the count. One taken low. Make that 2-1. That's a foul tip. Just got a piece of that one. 2-2. Getting Patterson on first. Only one down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lance Creuse still up 7-1 in this one. Taken outside, brings the count full. Huskies would definitely take another walk here. Anything for base runners. That one foul tip, so count will stay full, and we'll do it all again. Taken high, ball 4, so 2 straight walks for the Lancers, and kind of some of the first trouble we've really seen for Jake Vaughter. Gave up 1 run earlier, but this is the first time we're seeing some control issues. And now we'll have another meeting, and this might be a change. So we'll see on the mound, brief conference. And I gotta think he's gonna make a change here after 2 straight walks. Vaughter's pitched great tonight, but managers always want to pull them before the damage is really done, but I didn't see too much of a sign. No, he will stay. So coach has confidence in him. Like we said, didn't show any control problems earlier in the game. Pitched quite well so far. Still 1 out. So still pretty easily get out of this inning. Runners on first and second. And I believe that's Tyler Smith at the plate. Is that Smith at the plate? Thank you. So Tyler Smith, 1-0 the count. Check the runner at second. Comes home 2-0. And he got another call, and yeah, now we got the official signal. Looks like the first baseman will take over pitching duties as he runs to the dugout, swap out his mitt. So assumably that would be Matt Stales. So he will get a, and that seems to be the case. He looks like he will take over the pitching duties in relief of Jake Vaughter. Pitched 5 1/3 innings, only giving up 1 run, but leaves 2 runners on base. So Stales is a lefty. So that's a little bit of an adjustment for the Port Huron Northern batters. While we got a second, I'd like to announce that you can get a copy of this or any other program CPHS6 has taped over the years for a small fee by calling 984-6621. Again, that's 984-6621. So again, getting his warm-up pitches down. Here's the question, comes in and actually takes on a count. We'll start with a 2-0 count. So really has to come in throwing strikes, and that's, quite frankly, not something that's very easy to do. It's quite a transition from first base to pitching. So we'll see how this works for the Huskies. So while we got a second, like announce our coaches for both teams. For the Huskies, head coach Bob Kearns and assistant coach Larry Rollins and Tom Manis. And for the Lance Creuse Lancers, head coach Bob Walmsley, pitching coach Steve Cathan, and assistant coach Jesse Maxwell. So it looks like we're ready to start this one back up. As we said, Matt Stalls will take over pitching duty, and it looks like we'll just swap positions with Jake Vaughter. Vaughter will take over at first. Again, runners on first and second. First pitch misses for ball 3. We said tough coming off the bench and asked to throw strikes right away. Now 3-0 count. Taken outside for ball 4, so Tyler Smith works a walk. Bases are loaded. Now stepping in, Nate Manis. Huskies have great opportunity to get back in this one. Bases loaded, 1 out. Manis trying to help his own cause, being the other pitcher tonight. And he would get the win if the Huskies could edge out a lead here. First pitch for its strike. Mitch Hool is on deck for the Huskies. Taken high, 1-1. Almost a bit of a strategy here, lefty on lefty. Normally the advantage there favors the pitcher. So it's a little bit harder to pick off breaking stuff. This pitch popped into left field, and it looks like it will be foul out of play. I believe they were able to make a play on the ball there. So strike 2 brings the count to 1-2. And as we were saying, lefty pitcher is a little harder to pick up that breaking pitch when you have a lefty at the plate. So 1-2. Snail's able to work ahead in this count. There's a breaking pitch that just missed. 2-2. So bases loaded, 2-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ball popped up. See if it stays in the infield. Third baseman tries to make a play. Coming over. And unable to, almost in the dugout here. So the count will stay at 2-2. Only disadvantage for the Huskies with the bases loaded. Force out at any base. So ground ball in the infield. Look for the Creuse Lancers to come home with it. Possibly back up to first for a double play. If you're the Huskies here, you want to carry the outfield. Bounce that ball in front of home plate. Nice stop is the backstop. It's Eric Winiga behind the plate. And that's a big stop. Now full count. That ball hit hard and will get over the second baseman's head. 1 run will score. And will be held at third. So a big hit for the Huskies adds another one on the board. Bases still loaded. So big play for the Huskies. Score now 7-2 Lancers.
Second baseman number 21, Mitch Hool.
So Nate Manis. Clutch hit at the plate. Let's see if Hool can keep the rally going. For Port Huron Northern. First pitch, strike 1. Again, ground ball in the infield. Expect the Lancers to come home with it. Be interesting to see how good a jump the Huskies get off the base path. That ball fouled for strike 2. Ball hit hard back up the middle, fielded cleanly at second. The turn and time in a wonderful double play turned up the middle by the Lancers. And unfortunately, that will end the inning for the Huskies. We'll be back with the top of the 6th inning in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back with the bottom of the 6th inning, or top of the 6th inning, excuse me, of tonight's game between the Port Huron Northern Huskies and the visiting Creuse Lancers. Matt Stales will lead it off, who just actually subbed in as the pitcher now for the Lancers. First pitch taken outside for ball 1. He will face up against Nate Manis, still on the mound. Again, after subbing in the first inning. Second pitch hit to short, fielded cleanly. Going to be a tough throw over to first. Not in time, but nice stop at first base by Trent Beebe at first. Prevents the Creuse base runner from advancing on the play.
Number 12, Denzel Herring.
Now Denzel Herring will step in. And after him, we have the top of the order. Pickoff move to first, not in time.
Cecilia, you can relieve Emily after the third out.
Pickoff move to first, again not in time. A pitch from Manis, taken for strike 1. Third baseman pulled in a bit for Northern. Pickoff move to first again. Not in time. Huskies again worried about the runner. Very worried about the running game of the Lancers tonight. This pitch on its way, and he's off. Gets down a bunt, play to second, and heads up play by Manis on the mound. Quick decision to get the lead runner. So one out runner on first.
Number 23, Eric Winiga.
Eric Winiga will step in. So Denzel Herring now, the base runner at first. First pitch taken for ball 1. Pickoff move again. Still not in time. Just trying to keep him close. Huskies very worried about a steal here. And off on the pitch. A throw to second. And he is out. And a great play by Patterson behind the plate. Fired that one right into second. Right for the tag. And we're going to have a little discussion again for the Lancers. Upset with that call. It was a very close play, but it seemed like Patterson put that right on the glove. And really not much work to be done at short with that one. Right in tagging position, but I believe Adam Rose got the tag down in time. And actually, they're reversing the call, so I don't know what he was able to convince him of there, but they're gonna take it out off the board, and then out comes head coach Bob Kearns. Obviously a little confused with this situation. Don't normally see a reversal like this, especially at our level with lack of instant replay. So I don't know exactly what overturned this call. But Kearns will say a couple words.
That's what he's saying right now.
So still a little communication going on, and we're going to... Huskies obviously a little upset with that after base runner left the field out of play. Then this abrupt reversal, it seems it will stay. So an out will be taken off the board. And the Lancers will have an out, a runner at second. So after that reversal, we're gonna get back to play here, but I'm a little shocked. Everyone in the stands after a play like that. So again, Winniga at the plate. 2-0 the count. Only one out on the board. This ball hit hard up the middle. And it looks like they're waving him home, so there's going to be a play at the plate. Cut off by the pitcher. No, he will stay at third. Originally, third base coach was waving all the way, but called off that one after the strong throw in from center. Have time called now, as once again Huskies head coach Bob Kearns will go out there to talk to the umpire. If he's still talking about the play earlier, I don't know if you're going to get the call reversed now, especially with a play already passed. We have runners on first and third. One out here in the top of the sixth inning. Kearns walks away, looks a little upset with that call still. I think as most of the Husky fans as well.
Now batting for the Lancers, number 10, Brian Keys.
So Brian Keys will step in. His first at-bat of the night for the Lancers. So runners on the corners. One out. Checks the runner at first. Comes home with it, shows bunt, pulls it back up, and runner off on the pitch. So Lancers steal second. Can't be too surprised with that because you're not going to see a throw from the Huskies, as that would allow the third base runner a chance at home. So second and third now. Tries to throw bunt. So 1-1 the count on Keys. Third base still playing in. Keys will step out of the box. So possibly a squeeze play in. Good leadoff third. Swinging away there, though, and that will cancel all attempts at a bunt. Makes the count 1-2. So now expect the infield of Port Huron Northern to back up a bit. So the 1-2 pitch Swinging ball, looped it into center field. 1 run will score. Make that possibly 2. Play at the plate. And he is out at the plate, so 1 run will score. Creuse advances to second. So that makes it 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, but the score 8-2 in favor of the Lance Creuse Lancers. So with Creuse at second, Lancers still threatening here in this half inning. Ball taken in for strike 1. And a step off, but no throw to second. And it's ahead in this count, 0-1. This ball grounded back up the middle and will get through. This should score 1 more run. And it does, making this a 9-2 game. The Lancers will stay at first.
Now batting shortstop, George Klingdale.
So George Klingdale will step in. Runner at first, 2 outs. Checks the runner over at first. Off-speed pitch taken for strike 1. Pickoff move again. Close one at that time. Safe at first. Breaking pitch down the dirt for a ball. Brings it to 1-1. So Krolchek at first. Klingdale at the plate. Another pickoff move. Might have been a pitch out, excuse me, by the Huskies. Trying to see if the Lancers were taken off on movement. Two-one pitch, and there he's off. Throw second, and he is out, so that will end the top of the 6th inning. Lancers get a couple. Scores now 9-2. Back with the bottom of the 6th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Here we are back now with the bottom of the 6th inning of tonight's game. Leading off for the Huskies, Trent Beebe. On the mound for the Lancers, number 15, Matt Stalls. First pitch taken for ball 1. Pitch misses high, ball 2. Huskies down to their final 6 outs in this one. Pitch misses high, 3-0. They would love a walk right here. Anything to get on base. Should be taking all the way. And he was, ball 4. So the Huskies with a leadoff walk. And that will send up Adam Rose.
Shortstop, number 2, Adam Rose.
Again with a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Pitch misses high, ball 1. Huskies down by 7 here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Down 2-0. Two and 1 now. That taken for strike 1. Strike 2. Huskies trying to take pitches here. Make sure Stalls throws strikes. No cheap outs for the Huskies. Ball down the dirt brings the count full. Nice stop at the backstop once again. Eric Winiga. So the payoff pitch, taken for ball 4. So a walk brings runners on first and second.
Number 9, Seth Heinbach.
That'll bring Seth Heinbach up. Runners first, second, no outs. Shows bunt, pulls up, taken for ball 1. Once again, squares up, gets it down, and this one will roll foul. So strike 1 brings the count to 1-1. So the Huskies trying to play small ball here, trying to move the runner. But I wouldn't be shocked if he swings away here, trying to bring the infield in for the bunt, and then because the Huskies need a couple runs, and outs are something they don't have very many of left. See if he squares around again. He does. Gets it down this time. First baseline. Pitcher's going to have to field it. Throw over to first in time. Runners advance to second and third. But one down here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting the Huskies, left fielder number 1, Adam Dessler.
Now Adam Dessler will step in. Again, the Huskies are taking pitches. Taken for ball 1. Ball 2. So 2-0 the count on Dessler. Once again, second and third. First base is open. That's 3-0. Well, the quick visit on the mound here.
Let's go 1.
The catcher is trying to calm down his pitcher. A 3-0 pitch. Huskies should be taken all the way here. And he is. Strike 1, though. Right down the middle. Catcher Chad Patterson's on deck. And after him, we're back to the top of the order. That taken for ball 4, so another walk. Loads the bases. Patterson will step in. And it looks like we'll have a visit from the head coach. We'll see him do this a couple times. A little lenient with his pitchers earlier in the game. We'll see if he's going to stick with them here. They do have a pretty good lead on the board. They do lead 9-2 in this one. So I can see him sticking with his pitcher. Especially one ground ball. They come home with it, and the Lancers aren't very far. Not really far from this one. So he will stay in there. And the Lancers looking for a ground ball here. A fly ball would score a run, assumably. Tagging from third. Ground ball, they would come home with it. This ball hit hard into left field. Is this going to be in play? And it's down. So runners will advance. Now going back to third, we have some runners and miscommunication in the bases. Goes home with it, and one run will score. Now to second, thrown into center field. So the runners will advance from second. Another one was come home to third. So another run will score. And eventually he will end up at third. So eventually a ball dropping in left field. And then a little miscommunication on the base path with two runners at second. So someone had to go back to first. On the throwback to first, Huskies take home. And then they take second. They're throwing second over the second baseman into center field. So now the bases are empty with a runner on. Bases are pretty much empty with a runner on third. Score now 9-5. Huskies putting a few on the board. Only one down here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Just the kind of rally the Huskies needed. This one bounced in there. And they're going to say it hit him. So he will take his base. So again, scored 9-5.
Center fielder, number 11, Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith will step in. He's the number 2 hitter in this lineup. And it looks like we'll, once again, out comes the coaching staff for the Lancers. And it looks like we will have a pitching change this time. And there are going to be some swaps around the infield. Looks like Billy Bolding's going to be pitching now. A senior for the Lancers. So he will get his warm-up tosses. So again, the Huskies with runners on the corners. Score is 9-5. Lancers still lead. The Huskies starting to inch away at this one. Like a power righty on the mound. But again, another difficult situation for a pitcher to come in for the Lancers. It's 2 runners on the base path. Once again, has to come out throwing strikes. But a great day for baseball here at Port Huron Northern High School. So Billy Bolding, as we said, the senior, and he will sub in to face Tyler Smith. Getting his final warm-up tosses in. So the Huskies looked all but out of this game. But a big inning here. And they're right back in it. And a couple missed throws in the last play with the Lancers. Scoring some runs. So finally something going the Huskies' way. Again, Carl Staffors here for CPHS 6. Got a great crew out here for tonight's game. Glad to bring it to you.
Lancers number 17, Billy Bolding.
So Bolding will take over. A couple other switches in the infield. Trying to shore up this defense. This might change this game around a little bit. First pitch from Bolding. Taken outside, ball 1.
Go, Tyler. Go, T. Smitty.
Checks the runner at first. Comes home with it. Taken high, ball 2. It's a tough thing to do, to be sitting on the bench and then a couple warm-up tosses and thrown right into this game, expected to throw strikes. That one gets across, 2-1. Still only 1 down. Pickoff move to first.
Come on, Wands, let's go, base it.
A 2-1 pitch now, swinging strike 2. Brings the count even at 2-2. Leans in again, checks the runner. This ball hit hard. Should be deep enough to score a run. Center fielder goes back, makes the play, tagging up from third. Huskies will score 1 run, making this a 9-6 game. Now only trailing 3 and staying put at first is Zach Zurr.
Now batting for the Huskies, pitcher Nate Manis.
So Nate Manis will step in.
Let's go, 4.
Again, Zurr at first. 2 outs, Huskies down by 3. First pitch fouled off, strike 1. A 1 pitch hit hard. And we're going to see if this gets down. Diving play in center, and looks like he came down with it. So on that note, that will end the bottom of the 6th inning. Huskies score a few, bring this game within 3. We'll be back with the top of the 7th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back for the top of the 7th inning. Actually got one final warm-up pitch in the way, and we'll hand the ball back to Manis, who's pitched well for the Huskies tonight. Again, the Huskies giving up 4 runs in the first. And Manis subbed in then and been pretty strong since then. First pitch misses for ball 1. Up to bat for the Lancers, number 4, George Klingbeil. Pitch taken for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch taken, strike 2. So that evens the count up at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch taken for strike 3. So 1 down here on the top of the 7th inning. Now up to the bat for the Lancers, number 7, Josh Batkins.
Right fielder number 7, Josh Batkins.
That pitch swinging strike 2. Make that 1-2. Again, 1 out here. Top of the 7th inning. Bases empty. Josh Batkins. That pitch fouled off. Count will stay 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Taken inside, strike 3, so 2 down now. One more out, then it's all up to the Husky offense to get back in this one. The advantage about being home team, last at bats.
Now batting number 14, Jake Potter.
Jake Vaughter will step in. Again, he's the Lancer that started the game on the mound. Pitched quite a few solid innings. Now playing first base. First pitch taken for strike 1. Strike 2. And man is quickly ahead of the batter 0-2. Looking for a strikeout to end this inning on a high note. That pitch misses high. 1-2. Swipe in strike 3 swinging. So Manis with the strikeout to end the inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th. Last bats for the Huskies. Just a moment here on CPHS 6.
Baseman number 21, Mitch Poole.
Okay, here we are back with the bottom of the 7th. Last bats for the Huskies. And the Lancers still lead 9-6 in this one. Up to plate now. Number 21, Mitch Hoole. That first pitch swing, popped that one back out of play. Still on the mound for the Lancers, number 17, Billy Bolding. So 0-1 the count. Pitch bounces in for a ball. Makes it 1-1. So the 1-1 pitch, taken, ball 2. Huskies again trying to work the count later in this game. Two 2-1 to Hoole. This one popped up along the first base line, making the run as the first baseman and just out of play. Well, we got a quick second. Let's announce our CPHS 6 crew for this evening. On camera, Cecilia Gallio, Emily Desmit, Casey Capps, Brandon Kovac, Josiah Kreidler, and downstairs directing E.J. Shea. And, of course, myself, Carl Staffhorst, giving you the play-by-play tonight. The 2-2 pitch hit hard, and this could split the outfielders. No. Center fielder's under it to make a play, and that's out number 1 here. Huskies down to their final 2 outs in this one.
First baseman number 8, Trent Beebe.
Trent Beebe will try to start it off for the Huskies. Need 3 runs. Pitch taken outside, ball 1. Ball's hit hard, but foul out of play. And the 1-1 pitch, taken high, ball 2. 2-1 ball hit hard to short. Long throw from the hole. In time. 2 down here, bottom of the 7th.
Now batting for the Huskies, number 2, shortstop Adam Rose.
So the Huskies need a rally of Adam Rose coming up to the plate. Really came back from, it looked to be out of it earlier, but came back within 3 runs now. Played pretty well the last couple innings. First pitch taken for strike 1. A 1 pitch ground ball to first, and this could do it. He'll take it himself, and that's the final out, so that will do it for tonight's game. The Port Huron Northern Huskies 6, the L'Anse Creuse Lancers 9. I'd like to thank you all for joining us tonight here on CPHS 6. I'm Carl Staffhorst. Good night.